I'll be first. You'll see.
Slow down. You'll get your clothes all dirty.
That kid, it's me. My mother thought I'd lost my mind. So did Liga, I guess. And that, as we know, didn't happen until much later. I didn't remember that Abaurize was there too. He must have been. After all, he'd laughed at me later for wetting my pants. It was my birthday. Was it then that you chose me?
Victor, hurry. We'll be late for Mass.
I'm coming, Mother. Victor, do you think that when you have a husband, you have to argue with him? I suppose so. I don't want a husband. You don't have to get one, but I'm worse off. Grażynka says that when I grow up, she'll find me a husband.
I remember that. The last Sunday before Father stopped taking us to church. Because of me. I accidentally touched the priest's stone as he passed us with a censer. That was the first time when I felt another person's thoughts, their intentions. I heard the words of someone's confession that the priest was thinking about. It was like they were directed at me. And I didn't falter to share them with the rest of the congregation. Mother didn't manage to stop me, and my indiscretion caused the prominent marriage to fall apart. My parents' marriage not long after.
You'll put me in an early grave.
Duh, because it's always the woman's fault when a man starts getting certain notions.
I'm the head of this family, and I deserve respect.
Father, can Abaurize come with us to the sea?
Out of the question. Holidays are to be spent with family, with loved ones, not with servants. Listen, boy. You'll be the head of this family someday, and you have to understand that family is the one thing you can always rely on. Especially since you're a temperamencer. Others will rob you, kill you, or even worse, ruin you. You should keep your friends close, but never behind your back. And your enemies you should keep even closer, next to your heart, because only then will they not surprise you.
Rarely did I see my father so furious. He thought that a trip to the once Polish Baltic Sea would improve his chilly relations with Mother. I really didn't want to go. I preferred to play with Aborice in the streets of Praga. Mom wasn't disappointed that we stayed either. I didn't want to step on Father's toes again, so I asked Ligia to make a scene, like she did when Grażynka tried sending her to bed and she wanted to keep reading. I didn't even have to persuade her much. I wondered if it was the power of the twin bond or if I manipulated her subconsciously back then. Now I know I couldn't do it without forming our pact, but if that's the case, what were you doing here? What do you want to tell me, friend?
And the teacher said, Victor, is the right here in the classroom with us right now? I almost pissed myself.
Laugh all you want, but I really can't see it. I can't help it.
Victor, promise me that the whispers of these salutors of yours won't turn you into a cynic like your father.
You'll see! My Uber will order you to eat your own brain! I'm telling Mom, all you temper turges are crazy.
I've been carrying it with me for half a lifetime. I remember there was someone else here. He wasn't happy. He thought I wasn't ready yet. Yes, maybe he was right.
The plan is simple. Bashka has a stand around the corner where she sells moonshine. You've got the money, I've got the will, everything fits. The evening is set.
You're a real strategist, brother.
Then, the bald guy looks to his left, looks to his right, and pooh! Smacks the cop right in the face.
Calm down, don't go hitting me now.
Name?
Szulski.
From those Shulskis? Well, well, your daddy will be happy.
Just like my daddy when he hears that I've been leading little Victor down the wrong path again.
Shut your mouth, punk, or my deputy will put a precautionary bullet in your right butt cheek.
Abaurite wanted to show me his father's store. He picked a bad moment. I didn't need thaumaturgy to feel his shame at that moment. Now I'm ashamed of what I felt back then. I felt superior. Brent.
Victor, my old man will kill me when he finds out this was our doing.
Don't go yellow on me now, brother. First off, it wasn't our doing, it was mine. Second,
Victor, get it through your fucking head. I don't give a fuck about the Shulsky family money. This is a matter of my pops and my honor.
all right already, calm down. I have a different plan.
What plan? Because if Sataniswaf is involved, I'm out!
Calm down, it's not like that, but we have to get into his office. I don't want to see it. We didn't realize what we were doing. We were still children. Mieszko Sycemin was a scoundrel. He ruined many people's lives. This is my pride. The same you clung to. Barely discovered, but it was what pushed me into it. It got the better of me at the time. Are we all like that? Is every thaumaturge enslaved by their flaw? I was tormented by guilt for a long time. But eventually, that event made me who I am today. Didn't it?
Where do you think you're going, know-it-all? Oh, we're running a business here.
It's you. What do you know? Please, please help me. I only ask these kind gentlemen for directions.
To Albuquerque, is that right?
Are you done? Look at them goddamn bigwigs. You're not gonna make fools out of us, you clown. There is no such thing as Albuquerque.
Albuquerque!
Shut your mouth. We can forget the whole thing if you drop your wallet. You can chip in too since you popped up.
And with that, you signed your own death warrant.
Please be careful.
You think you can mess with Praga folk? Get him! Get the fuckers!
I must say, this was the best combat I've seen so far. They didn't fight like that in the Albuquerque saloon.
Anytime.
Thank you again for your help. Walter Pinkman.
Viktor Szulski. I don't want to worry you, but Warsaw is not on the way to Albuquerque.
It depends on how you look at it. If it wasn't for you, my journey would have ended here. Thank you again, Mr. Shulsky.
That's not what I expected. The smell of evil suggestions and pure malice with a subtle hint of sulfur. I think I know who you are, scamp. I bet a braggart just like you got your attention. I'll look for them before you lead them astray.
You want to quote me? Then start writing. Here goes a poem.
If I want poetry, I'll read some Konopnicka.
In Śródmieście, the bastards went on strike. And that's something I don't like. So I grab an axe in my hand.
This is a serious story. Workers deserve some respect.
Shut the fuck up and write. I grab an axe in my hand and... Victor, give me a rhyme.
Their decapitation will bring it to an end.
Spot on.
W.S. I expected more of you.
I thought the press lived on that kind of scoop.
The press has its limitations, W.S. But we journalists at least try to make a change, unlike many others.
What was that about?
Don't worry. It's just a shitty situation. Do you want to come by for a drink? I can tell you all about it then.
Sure, lead the way. Well, speak.
W.S.? Seriously? How lame is that? Anyway, the sewers in the neighborhood were commissioned by Neumeier, but the workers just dug it all up, and now they're on strike or wandering around. And when I send my shivs after them, more flood in. Do something before I kill them all.
What's in it for you? I didn't catch that.
It was going to be so great. With the sewers, people would stop pissing on my door, but they just keep digging.
Why are the workers on strike?
Neumeier, their employer, fired a few of them, so the guys got pissed and started a riot.
Maybe I could talk to them.
Be my guest. Those that were fired are hanging out in my bar and drinking. And those who still have jobs, you can find them in the southern part of the district. Follow those trenches they dug. You won't miss them.
So who is that Neumeier?
He came from Germany. Decent fellow. They say he's got some experience in that sort of enterprise.
Since when do you regard decent people?
Since the sounds of construction keep banging in my ears. The guy has an office on Poznańska Street. You'll see a sign.
I'll see what I can do.
Good. Whatever makes them go back to work. Whether you do some hocus pocus or send a demon after one of them, I don't mind. How about we come up with some buddy names for us?
Great idea. I'll leave it up to you.
Man, I won't let you down.
Hey, whoa, stop making faces and buy another round.
And where do I get the...
Easy there, or...
Go fuck...
What do you...
Is he buying, or just making a fuss?
I'm impressed with the male bonding that you apparently share. It seems so enduring. Magnificent.
Oi, Janusz! Is he, like, making advances at us?
Too much beard for my taste. Marionic?
If he buys us vodka, we can cuddle.
How about I buy you dinner? A pork knuckle?
They have no food here. Just vodka.
They have for me. Abaurite, we need a pork knuckle.
Have you lost your mind? Go to the Imperial, for fuck's sake. And you maggots, speak up when Mr. Shulsky is asking, or I'll get some tongs and rip the hairs from your nostrils. Is that clear?
Of course, Mr. Niedzic.
Who are you? Really?
I'm a socialist. The proletariat carries the weight of the world on its shoulders and deserves respect for that.
Good man. It's our blood, sweat, and tears building these streets. They are giving us the sack?
Yeah. I wonder who's gonna dig these shitholes now. Maybe Neumeier will roll up the sleeves of his fancy getup and start grubbing around in the mud.
What do you care? You get a new strumpet and won't even tell your friend who she is.
Keep your trap shut. We're not alone.
Why? He's a grown man. I bet he goes to a body house too. Ask anything. Don't mind Janusz.
You gentlemen should know it best. Why do these works take so long?
Because it's poorly organized. And it all got fucked up somehow.
Managing people requires some skills, sir. It doesn't just happen. It's also slapdash all the time.
Why were you let go?
Just some bullshit. Nothing to talk about.
Doesn't matter why. The point is, we were fired. And now there's a strike.
Fine, it doesn't matter. We can talk about something else.
I love this guy. Ask away. Preferably about Janusz's filly.
Shut your mouth.
So Janusz's new friend, is he ashamed of her or what?
How should I know? Back in the day, we always knew when one of the guys had a new girl. And this one? Won't breathe a word.
I told you to shut your mouth, didn't I?
He just keeps boiling. I don't know why. Maybe she's ugly.
She's not ugly. I just don't want to talk about it, that's all.
He's fucking sensitive like that.
A strike? Sounds serious.
Well, after the layoffs, the lads got together and said they wouldn't do double the work. And it all happened thanks to Rutkowski. Here's our leader, a good lad.
Yeah, Rutkowski's an angel.
You're always scowling at him. Look at him. He picked himself up a little sweetie pie. He doesn't care about the workers' cause no more.
Shut your pie hole. There's no gal.
I'll get going.
Tell about it that it's all hunky-dory.
And what is this? There, Mrs. Rutkowska for sweetie Janusz.
Janusz, the bastard has swiped something from your coat.
I'm only touching.
You scumbag! After my fist touches your face, even your own mother won't recognize you.
Well, this is negotiation, so let's negotiate. You won't finish the job without us. That's the truth.
Mr. Neumeier?
Nicht jetzt.
How many times do I have to tell you? This can't be done. It doesn't work like that. That's not how you do Geschäfte.
Listen, sir, we won't give up. Either you can take back the men you fired, or you can say goodbye to the workers you've got left.
You can build these sewers yourself, you lousy capitalist asshole.
Rude!
This is just gutter talk, not negotiations.
The gutter is quite fitting, actually. You're building the sewers, after all. It's a joke.
Who are you, and what do you want?
A friend asked me to take a look at this strike.
Strike? What strike? The strike is over. The negotiations are through, and everyone goes back to work.
No. Lads, the strike's still on. We're not touching the work. It's knock-off time until further notice.
Maybe now you can spare me a moment?
Not here. Follow me, please.
Bet you regret those layoffs now, don't you?
Better hair. I deal with that kind of aggression every day. I got used to it. Zeit ist Geld. What brings you here?
Why did the workers go on strike?
Sir, I fired those who drank at work and everyone suddenly went mad. You Polen. I don't understand you. It's time to bring this country into the 20th century. In Germany, it's unthinkable to drink vodka at work.
So what's the story with those layoffs?
I don't like inaction. So when I set new rules and people kept drinking, I gave them an ultimatum.
And how much time did you give them to adapt to the new rules?
What do you mean? There's action and there's reaction. I set the new rules on Monday, and on Wednesday, I let them go.
What you did was stupid.
Are you standing up for these drunkards? What, are you a socialist?
That's not the point. You can't expect these people to change overnight. What do you mean by aggression?
I'm talking about that troglodyte, that Rude guy. Diesen Mistkerl.
What did you do?
He smeared my office windows with shit. Scheiße. I know it was him. I know it. I have no proof, but I know it. Can you imagine that Gestank? That stink?
I'll get going.
I had my reasons, mostly concerning work ethics, but there are always many factors involved. This is kompliziert. You know what it's like.
The things people come do some exploring. The telephone. Hello, yes?
Mr. Neumeier, calling from the Saddler's Workshop about the trimming. Would you like any?
This is about Bucephalus' saddle, isn't it?
Yes, we talked about the cost yesterday and you were considering ornaments. Have you decided yet?
Forgive me, there's a lot going on. I'll take them all.
All?
Yes. I want it to be full of gold and diamonds. I wanted to make the Romanovs' imperial saddles look poor. The price is not an issue. Can you make it happen?
Yes, if the price is not an issue, then yes, of course. Goodbye, Mr. Neumeier.
Am I a magician or what?
So Neumeier never tried to find a solution? German Ordnung stifles the proletariat, you might say? That's what it looks like. And that's what we're saying. I can see I'm not the only one who wants to talk to you. I don't like crowds. I'll come back to you later. Do you have another joke to tell?
Not this time. I wanted to talk.
Go ahead, ask. I don't have anything to do anyway.
Are you friends with Mr. Fagin?
No, but at least he's trying to cover the issue fairly. What the censorship will do with it is another story, though.
Do you know anything more about him?
Even if I knew, I wouldn't say.
I wanted to know the story behind those layoffs, from your point of view.
The story. The story. Sir, this is all bullshit. That's the whole story. You know that Neumeier banned drinking at work.
He mentioned it, but he suggested it wasn't the only reason.
Well, there you go. He said it himself. The cat's out of the bag. The drinking wasn't why he fired those people.
Then what was it?
I don't care. People end up in the streets, families get deprived of their livelihoods, and that bastard plays the angel. I won't have it. None of us will work until all the boys are back.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you.
What is it?
Not to mince matters, you're being cuckolded.
Listen, pal. It sounds like you're asking for a fight. My Edita is no hussy.
Being Mrs. Rutkowska is not for me. Janusz, darling. My love, my tender hummingbird drinking nectar of my flower. I miss you. You're sticking your neck out here while your friends are having a ball. One of them with your wife.
What? That dickhead and that harlot, I'll show them. Lads, come here for a moment. Let's resume the negotiations.
You came to your senses, yeah?
Not just me, all of us. Without loyalty, there is no solidarity.
Hear, hear.
We have new demands. We all get 50% higher daily wages.
Double the wages.
Double the daily wages, and give Ruta's sister a pension as a token of goodwill.
That's right. And we're going back to work. We're through with this nonsense.
34 times 7 times 6. And I will deduct it from my fees. Yes, alles klar. I agree.
Very well. The break's over, boys. Get back to work.
Done. The wheels are in motion. I'm accepting compliments.
I could kiss your forehead. How did you manage to do that?
It turned out the strike leader's wife cuckolded him with one of the dismissed workers.
Are you serious? Who's the smart guy? Janusz? Or the other one who would hang around here with him?
Doesn't matter. The leader negotiated a raise for the rest of the crew, and they left those dismissed in the dust.
The proletariat Casanova could have kept it in his pants. Believe it or not, I've been quite busy myself. Listen to this. Spirit King and Phantom Prince. Or better yet, Poet and Pilgrim. Get it?
You're the poet and I'm the pilgrim because I've traveled a lot?
You bet. And fuck that guy with his WS. So see you around, Pilgrim